Whoa, 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 we, you and me and you, it's the Danny Karen Show. Danny Karen here. You know what's good? I mean, really good. I'm wearing the same shirt twice. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, speaking of things that are twice, and twice is nice, I want to talk about dating and the zodiac, and I don't get it. I think it's weird. I don't understand how people are so. Some people are sometimes so amped up on who the other person's sign is that the zodiac sign of the other person can make or break the whole situation. And that's crazy. Like, everybody has their red flags, right? But, like, I feel like, hold on. I feel like, I feel like if you're gonna date somebody or not date somebody, it should be based on the red flags that they present, not so much as, what sign somebody is. For example, I was single once upon a time, and I was on a dating website, and I was talking to this girl, and then I mentioned that she was like, what is your sign? And I was just like, well, I'm a Sagittarius. And she replies, eek. Like she was nervous or scared over the fact that I'm a Sagittarius. And that's weird. And I think I mentioned this before, but my phone accidentally deleted my notes, so whatever the case is. So yeah, eek is what I got because I'm a Sagittarius. And of all the things of all my flaws that I have going for me, which is not much, Sagittarius was the one thing that he had to pick on. That's crazy. Crazy. But you know what's not crazy? The deli business is not crazy. So, here to talk about his love for the deli business, please welcome, he's not really my uncle. Just want you to know. Please, please welcome Uncle Mark. Yay! Woo, woo, woo. Let's bring you in. All right, it's like a train. Hello, Uncle Mark.
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You should understand something. The deli business is quite crazy, actually.
Oh, we want to hear stories.
I don't really have any stories. I mean, it's just kind of, it's a kooky kind of business, though. I mean, any job in the food business is kind of kooky.
Right.
But, I always found the deli business a lot of fun. I enjoyed the heck out of the customers.
Yeah?
I always like to have fun with the customers.
That's good.
It's not just about giving them good food. You have to give them good service and be friendly with them. I always made it a point to get to know my customers and if a stranger comes into the store, you make them feel at home and, you joke around with them a lot. And so I'm sure you have some questions, so why don't you lay them on me?
So what got you first started with the deli business?
It was around 1976 or 77. A couple of years out of high school, I had just decided college wasn't for me. So my father had a friend who owned a couple of delis, and the guy asked me if I wanted to work the night shift in one of them, and I said yeah. And I didn't know anything about cold cuts or anything, other than how to make a sandwich at home and eat it for lunch. But the guy gave me virtually no training other than what to do to, stock the shelves. Didn't give me any instructions on the meat slicer or anything like that, which was kind of kooky, actually. But didn't really know all the meats that were in the deli case. And he said, here's the key, set the alarm, and you're on your own.
Wow.
And the rest is basically history. I mean, I didn't know anything when I started, when I was like 19. And I stayed in the business for about, I don't know, 40 years on and off.
Wow. So what's favorite?
Think about it. That's kind of crazy. He never showed me how to work a slicer. Never really showed me anything about the business. I just show up one afternoon. He says, "This is here's a list of things you have to do. Here's the code to the alarm, and make sure the back door is locked. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon." And boom, that was it. That was my introduction into the deli business.
Wow. So what's your favorite sandwich?
My what?
What's your favorite type of sandwich?
Oh, my favorite sandwich. My favorite sandwich is probably the triple decker turkey club.
And why? Why is that? What makes it so good?
I don't know. It's 3 slices of toasted white bread, mayonnaise on all the bread. You start with turkey. You put another slice of bread on top, mayonnaise on top of that. You put down the lettuce, the bacon, the tomato, another slice of bread, and you're good to go. I think it's just the way all the flavors mix together. But, there's nothing like an Italian hero or, an all-time favorite go-to of mine is always going to be bologna and cheese. But, and let's face it, there's nothing like a PBJ, especially 3 o'clock in the morning. It all depends. I mean, through the years, different places. This one place I worked for, Mr. and Mrs. Zink, Saxon Deli in Islip. We used to get in this great Mosey's red pastrami. A couple of times a week, I'd have to slice up 3 or 4 of them and put them into the steam table. I used to slice it nice and thin. And when you put it in there at 7 o'clock in the morning, when you open up that steam table at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's really had a nice chance to melt, the fat kind of melts down and it sits in its own juices for a couple of hours. You put that on a piece of rye bread, I'm telling you, that's some good eats.
That's some good eats.
So, it's absolutely. But it's really, I mean, I enjoyed making food, and I enjoyed cooking and doing all this. But for me, I was always, believe it or not, I was always a kind of like a shy, introverted person. But you put me behind a deli counter, and I felt I could get away with almost anything. I mean, the stuff that used to come out of my mouth at times. I mean, it used to astonish people. But once they got to know me and where I was coming from, they realized they didn't. I was always joking around. I was really trying to make everybody happy, make them laugh, and me have a good time, because it was always about me having a good time.
Right. Yeah, I never really struck you as an introverted person.
What's that?
I never really struck you as an introverted person before.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I'm not introverted anymore. But if you saw me all through, as a young kid growing up, I was very shy, introverted. Person, except around my friends, once I got to know you. But,
right.
The deli business, that actually helped me bring out a lot of me.
I like that.
Letting show, so.
I like that a lot.
Cool about that as well.
So, does pineapple belong on pizza?
What's that?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
belong on pizza.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I've actually never tried it.
Ooh.
Actually, I'm going to say, not when I order a slice, but I'm not going to talk bad about it. I mean, there are plenty of people that like pineapple pizza, and if I ever have the opportunity, I think I'll try it because I love pizza and I love pineapple. I don't see the two together, but I've made a lot of crazy concoctions for customers over my 40-year period of being in the business, and I've got my own quirks too as to what I eat. So yeah, I'm going to say pineapple belongs on pizza, but just not if I'm ordering the pizza.
All right. So, do you have any future deli endeavors?
No, not at the moment. I mean, the deli business isn't what it used to be. It's kind of hard to find actually a delicatessen nowadays. I mean, they're still around, but it's just not the same as what it was even 10 years ago. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I mean, there was two delis to every shopping center. In every town you have a dozen or so delis that everybody would go to, depending upon where your neighborhood was. I remember this one deli used to cook 4 different types of roast beef, so people had that complete selection. But no, I don't really see any future deli endeavors in the future. Kind of happy with the way things are. I get to spend a lot of time with the family and with Amber, and if I got back into the deli business, it would probably take my time away from Bite a Week.
Right.
And we can't have that happen up.
Oh no. All right. Well.
But I'll tell you, Danny, Karen, if there ever is a future endeavor, as far as the deli is concerned, I will let you know, and I will go back on the Danny Karen show, and you can ask me all sorts of questions about it, and we'll take it from there. How's that sound?
That sounds good. All right.
All righty.
So Uncle Mark, who's not really my uncle, I like to. He's not really my uncle.
No, he's my uncle, but it's okay, Danny.
I'm everybody's Uncle Danny, so don't worry about it.
I like to thank Uncle Mark for being on the show today. And, I wish I could clap. I had to hold the phone with my hand. So, yeah, Uncle Mark, yeah. And,
Danny Karen.
Yeah.
I love the Danny Karen show.
That's the first time the guest actually cheered for me.
This is my first talk show, and I'm glad it was the Danny Karen show.
I'm glad it was the Danny Karen show, too. But, thank you for, being on the show with us. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you in the future, off camera, of course, and maybe on camera too. We don't really know. All right,
you never know, Danny. You never know.
That's true. So, see ya.
See you, Danny. Thanks for having us.